Alrighty, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. And we're checking out Roblox still, checking out Roblox. So, kind of doing a little update here. I decided, so when I made Blue Truckin' City, like every area is kind of developed, right? And there's a trade system and blah, 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 blah. So what I want to do is we're going to integrate this into the other map. Basically how it's going to work is we're going to have like an NPC system, and then we're going to try and have like a player system. So eventually, at some point, I'm still kind of working on the port area, and then I have another area over here, just a manufacturing area. And what we're going to do is, it's like, it was supposed to be like one big city, right? This is a bay, and there's a big city. So the new map is essentially going to be almost the same thing. So we have a big bay here, right? And it's going to be a city. So we have a port area, we have a manufacturing area, and then way over here, we're going to have like where people live. Maybe there's going to be some shops and that kind of stuff, a commercial area and a residential area. And then way over here, we're going to have garbage and other stuff. So probably what we'll end up doing is we'll wrap the bay around to here, and we'll have another port over here for garbage and anything else. Yeah, something like that. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna have that's pretty much it. Pretty much it. There's gonna be a big mountain in the middle here, and then it doesn't seem very. I'll play the game. It doesn't seem very large, but it actually is like. Let's see. Well, it's 10:26 a.m. on the clock there. Let's see how long it takes to. We're not even loading here. Let's just not even get a trailer. Let's just drive. I'm ready. I'm driving. So approximately. Now, what I need to figure out is, so with a chassis and the trailers, this is the issue I ran into before. A chassis will scale the entire model when it spawns into the world. But if you spawn the model in and then you spawn the trailer in, a chassis won't scale the trailer. So when it comes to what I want to do is, and this is the problem that I had with Distribution Champions, where we needed the tow truck, blah, 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 right? If I want the player to have a tractor or a boat, etc., that they can load and unload, it has to be a single vehicle that they're going to need, that the player will need to buy, unfortunately. They'll be able to haul trailers, but I'm going to need to work on the system. We'll go over that, those issues that we're going to run into. So it's been a minute. It's been at least a clear minute. Now, secretly, last night, sometime, I had to go to a call, flood. Anyways, it's what I do. And so after the flood, I don't know, around 2 o'clock in the morning, I was like, I'm going to drink a Monster Energy, make a video. I drank the Monster Energy and I fell asleep. I'm not kidding. So don't ask me. But anyways, secretly I watched a video of another trucking game. And I was checking out the average speed. And 45 miles per hour seems to be the average speed for a lot of the missions. So that's what I'm basing this off. This truck was a lot faster than that. Now, of course, there's going to be hills, right? There's going to be mountains. Right now, we're going to be in the mountains. And then we're going to come out of the mountains into another sort of area, which is down by the water, similar to the port area. So it's not a super huge map, right? I can always expand it. It's been at least 2 minutes. And we are going to need chains. There is going to be an area in here where there's snow, where we need to get logs. And there's going to be a mine area in the mountains. There you go. So that was about 3 minutes to there. And then let's say we had a trailer and we wanted to unload when we go into the facility. So now we've if we turn this into a mission, we can occupy a player for about 5 or 6 minutes. That's okay. I think that's okay. Now the important thing when you're designing games with roads is to not have dead ends. You want to make sure that everything loops, so the player can continuously drive. That's the idea of the driving game, right? We want the player to continuously drive. Because if the player is continuously driving, they're playing the game. Alright. So you get the idea, right? So there you go. So that's about a 5-minute trek to there. And then this side, it's going to be similar. We might push that back a little bit, and that's going to be garbage collection. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the garbage game that we made, and we're going to implement that here. And what we're going to do with the garbage system is we'll have bins, overhead bins in the city. I'm not going to do the whole have a community with the side bins. It's just too much. It's a lot of work, right? That's its own, in my opinion, that's its own game. You know, the scale, blah, 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 blah. I don't have the scale. Like, this whole section of the map would have to be just for side bin collection when we think about the scale, each property, blah, 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 right? So that's what I mean. It's its own game. It's its own type of thing. So what else do we have? What else do we have here? So I wanted to get the gas plant. I really like the gas plant. I think it's mega, 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 mega. But I don't know if it's it is its own model. Whoa. I wonder why it's so big. Hold on. Where is... I must have dragged it all across the map. That's so funny. Alright, well there we go. I didn't get the cylinders though. But I got everything else. Cool, and it's one model. So this here. Oh boy. Oh boy! It's still so big. Why is that? could be that blank model. It is. Alright, well, it's for some reason absolutely massive. So maybe what I'll do is I'll have to resize it, group it as another model inside the model. Group as a model. Yeah, there we go. And then put that into the workspace. There we go. Group as a folder. Plant. Alright, so now this plant, the size of it is huge. It's huge. So if the bay is going to be on that side, and this is basically just going to be mountains, mountains down to about here, I guess. This could kind of be, we could sort of have this in this area here. So what we need to do, where's the entrance? The entrance can be on this side. Yeah, that can work. Like it, right? Because we're gonna have another road, which is gonna come around this way here, and then we're gonna have another road, and then it's gonna link in. It's basically it's gonna be one giant ring road like that, and then in the middle here we're gonna have a big, tall mountain, and in the center, it's gonna come down again into like a little bowl, and that's where we'll have a logging area where we can get lumber, which we'll take to the mill. And then we'll have like a mining area somewhere in here. It'll be somewhere maybe in there, somewhere here, something like that. And that's the idea. So that's the idea. So then what? How do we tie all these elements together? So at some point when we build the actual city, which is going to be over here, that's when we're going to be implementing the player housing system. And I want the players to have a way to upgrade their homes, which isn't just cash. Right, and that way so if you want to get a new couch, for example, you need wood. So you have to go to the lumber mill and purchase wood. And if you don't have the money to purchase wood, then you can go and get logs and deliver them to the lumber mill, and then that gives you the wood, which you can then, go to the manufacturing plant, place an order for, or go on your app, place an order for a couch. It'll be something like that, right? I want it to be just. Because there needs to be the element of a game, what makes it a game? Why do players play the game? So that's one element. The other element is they can take the money, they can upgrade their vehicles. That's the other element as well, But we need all of that, right? We need all of that. So probably if there's going to be another road heading out that way, then ideally what we want to do is we can come off here. It's gonna go, let's see. not quite that far. Now, and then depending on how we design the roads, we can, like for example, we don't totally have to fill in the middle of this with terrain. So it's easier, you know, if you have a device, like for example, we only have to build terrain so far away from the road as we build this, right? And so if you make it so that way the player is driving and then there's like a mountain here or something in the distance. What am I getting at? In the past, when I would make maps like this, I would try and fill in all these gaps with terrain. And what I've realized is that the player has to load that, has to download that data while they're playing the game, and it makes the maps sluggish. So when you're building your maps, you want to try and limit a lot of the terrain, the unnecessary chunky terrain. Because that's all it does is going to bog down your experience. Alright, so we can do something like that. And then, I don't know if I want this to go up. I may as well. Can go up a little bit. So that's the thing with the hills, is we have to be careful because if they're too steep, oops, a chassis is going to struggle. You can kind of do that. That might work actually. I just want to make sure we're still... This is in alignment. There's a huge gap. Okay, so we'll place that road. Right, that's kind of what I did over there, is I just, right, I filled in the terrain a little bit, and I said, okay, you know what, I'm going to build a big mountain here. And that way, when the player is driving, now they're not going to see this. Under normal atmospheric conditions, let's see, where are we here? We go to lighting, and we go to atmosphere. It was at 0.3. So when you're driving, you know, that's the thick. It's cloudy right now, but when you're driving, that's the thickness of the atmosphere. See, I don't know if it'll render that, but anyways, the player comes in, and I thought, let's just give it a mountain. This is going to be a grassy area here, similar to that, and there's probably going to be another warehouse here. Yeah, that's exactly what's going to go on there. There will be a warehouse there. Probably right in here, and then this is just going to be coastline into there, right? Simple, easy peasy. But I like that. I wanted this to be mountainous in here, and so this is going to come up. And so you see how the player what we've given them, they come up here. This is going to be mountain on this side as well. This is going to cut down so they can see the water, and then it's going to be a big mountain here. Basically all the way. So we'll get... This mountain range is just going to wind its way here. And it's going to end basically right here. And then the water is just going to wrap around. And then on the inside, it's going to do the same thing. We're going to have a mountain. It's going to wrap the road all the way there. And it's going to wrap the road into there. And in behind, and this is going to be a big city over here. Probably going to be 2 base plates, maybe 3 base plates long. You know, it's going to have, because that's where most of that kind of stuff, and then garbage over here, Same thing, we'll have a mountain that's going to wrap this side and this side. I think it'd be cool. And then a road over here. This might just be, who knows? I don't know what that's going to be on that side. And that's going to be it. That's pretty much, we're pretty much almost there. So yeah, so what I was doing is I was just, now that I know each area, I was going into Blue Trucking City and picking the elements that I might want in each area. Like for example, we still have the bus depot. This is the garage. You know, this would be a good fit over there, actually. Yeah, this will be a good fit over here. Oh, did it not take the... Oh, that was a mistake. Ah! Alright, let me line this and then it'll, I think it was, let's see. Is it like that? I think it was like that. I'm not so sure. Scale that a bit wider. Yeah, that's cool. So this, there was buses that spawn in here, and then we have the uniforms. I thought this was cool. The depot. I even have, I found a motor coach. It was a free motor coach. So let's see, where is it here? It is this thing here. It's crazy, a crazy model. It's got all kinds of stuff on it. I don't even know. But where's no. No. Alright. Thank you for cooperating. I don't know if this thing will fit here. I haven't tested it. Oh yeah, it'll fit. It should fit. There we go. Cool. So that's restart. That's the scale of the depot. These were a bit tight. Yeah, it's cool. Come in like that. So it's scaled. As you can see, it's scaled. We have the scale. I'll get that working later. So what we should do is just get this all grouped as one model. Uh-oh. Why is it so big? Whatever. No. Why is it so big? Oh, there must be a part in one of these. Oh boy. Oh, maybe the fences? Oh yeah, I saw that there. No. I don't think it has to do with that, the empty folders, but I don't know why it's not cooperating for some reason. Alright, well what we'll do is we will group as a model, and then we will take this part's position. Thank you. Oh, what am I missing here? Ah, the fence. Aha, it was the fence. I knew it. Group as a model. There we go. Now I can see, now that it's up a little bit, we'll need a road. Now, I wonder if I can get this. We could try something like that. I think that'd be alright. And then we don't want dotted lines. It could be solid lines. We'll have no lines, and that'll be the entrance. Yeah, that works. Fix that, and then let's get another road over here. Alright. Try to smooth it out a little bit. Now this one here, unfortunately, all right. Hey, let's see. Perfect. Right, and then now what we need to do is just connect the nodes, fill in the terrain, and as you can see, it's developing. It's not something, it's taken me a few days and thinking, right? It's not something. This is where I started. A puddle and a little bit of road, right? And then I thought, okay, we need to start getting ideas. And now that the ideas are here, okay, starting to do stuff. Now, so that's good. So we have our mill, we have an area to get fuel. We have our bus area, the garage. We'll have to change the spawn point, obviously, and then we need another little road that comes through here. Oh, did I not? I thought I did that already. I must not have saved it. I must not have saved it. Here, because we're on the train, we want to be sunk into the train a little bit. And that's going to help when we build the sidewalk. All right. Probably what I'll do then, if I haven't saved it. So this is why I was kind of building the train to the road. I don't like building the road on the train because then you have to do all that extra kind of fill stuff. Not bad, not bad. Probably where it's gonna end up resting, I think. We can try that. Yeah, there we go. That's how it's gonna have to be. All right. So then, unfortunately, with a lot of these pieces, that was lucky. There we go. Oh, that looks pretty cool. Nice. Oh yeah, look. Oh, I only did it on the one side. So probably what I'll end up doing is the same. Actually, we like how that looked. We'll scale that. Doesn't have to be all of it. Definitely not all of it. There we go. That's kind of cool. A little spot for the player to get trapped. And then, like I said, we need sidewalk. Let me just drag this out here. Foundation. Cool. Now this, I think, doesn't have a floor. Interesting. Now you have a floor. There we go. So it's coming along. It's slowly coming along. This is going to need to be a lot larger. I feel. And then I also now have the pump. Gas pump came with one of these models. Also, I have a gas pump. It's perfect. Yeah. Right, and then so over in that area, over there, back to the nature at hand. Okay, so we have our warehouse where we can drop off our and pick up goods. We have a plant where we can get liquids. Maybe one more thing. We've got the bus depot. There is going to be a gas station there. So I want to see. Maybe we put the garage. Alright, so we have our DLT center. Now, we're going to need a couple of these. So we'll have one here. See, what I like is that now that I know where everything is, right? We sort of have everything kind of established. Now we can really start to develop. Ooh, this is exciting. Because then we can put this in over here as well. Maybe what we'll do is I'll extend this. And then we'll just have an entrance here. Cool. So we have a station. A couple of stations here. A business park. Right, that's how it starts. That's how the development starts. Now, what else could we let's see. So we have the two DLT centers. I mean, lastly, we could grab. Let's see, we could grab. Save that for the city, I think. Yeah, I think we'll save that for the city. Oh, burger restaurant. Never finished that. We have the other. Mill. Forgot about this one. This was the big one. Is it only that? Yeah, it's only that. Ah, that's all right. I'll need to add another area. I think we're okay for now, actually. I was thinking maybe grabbing the shopping mall, but this thing's huge. It's huge. I don't know if we need to. I think we're okay. Could pluck a couple of buildings. Oh, you know what? You know what would be. Look at this here, actually. So if we have the lumber mill here, let's see, we get the hardware store over here. And then get a couple of buildings as well. Maybe we could get an office. Pull an office. We do have this here. I don't think we'll need an office, but let's see here. For missions, perhaps. Yeah, that could work actually. It's empty, a little store, okay? Now we need some more buildings. So sticking with our theme, we'll grab one of these, and we will copy that. And we're going to group as a folder. Oh. We are going to duplicate those. And the duplicated ones, we are going to move. All right, now here, no particular, you know. Honestly, these could even just be tied to here. Ah. Yeah, maybe a little road will come in way, or a little roadway. 2, 3. Okay, we'll do one more. I wanted to put out a video today because it's been a weekend, and I finally had a chance to really sit down and formulate some ideas, figure out what I was gonna do. Right, so it'll just be a little road that'll come in like that, and then of course we can have, you know, maybe down here there's some houses. Let's see. Actually, chances are a lot of this would be, it's just like a small town. So a lot of this would be together. So then what we're gonna do is we'll make this road come back across this way, and then yeah, that's what we'll do. I'll take this. Does one of these have a floor? This one has a floor on it. We could scale that. So that's the area we need. Basically for there. And then if we scale that a bit more. Let's see, that's gonna have to be like that. Yeah, that could probably work. A road come through there. There. So now we've created a little community. It's got some houses. And now all we need to do is plant the nodes and connect the terrain. I mean, that's going to be a few days. But like I say, now that we have the general idea of where we want things to be, we can draw the initial infrastructure that we want. That's cool. I like it. Right, this is going to be coast. All along here, it may as well be coast. Like it'd be an island, whatever, right? This may as well be coast. All along here. I think it'd be neat. We are going to need a gas station. So we are going to need the gas station. There we go. Truck stop, gas station. So the road's gonna come through here, and then it'll come through here to there. Yeah, that'll work. And then that way this can sit. This can sit over here on this road. Might be. All right. There we go. Yeah, so something like that. And I'll have to sort out all these things I've added here. Maybe we do something like that. Alright, that's pretty cool. So from here, we can get all kinds of, like I said, all kinds of missions. These are just like, you know, NPC whatever missions. That's cool, right? And then we'll have another bigger area over here, and that's where we'll have the player housing. So the player housing, I'm not too sure what it's going to look like. Either it'll be, we could have individual houses around the map. Maybe we'll do that as well. The players can purchase. We can do that. I honestly was thinking I was gonna go make it easy and just build a couple of apartment buildings in the city. I think that's what I'm gonna do, and then you know, the player can rent an apartment. So the spawn zone is gonna move from here into the big city. Right? You'll spawn in. You'll have a car. You'll start. But we're not quite there yet. We're a long ways from there. So, hopefully with this video and the last couple of videos, you're sort of getting some ideas. Maybe you weren't sure of a direction to go, and now you can kind of see a direction. So here, all I'm going to do for here is we'll match that color. I'm just filling this in basically. Whoops. There we go. Yeah. Ooh, save there. Cool. So it is coming along. It is really coming along. We are really making something from where we started to where we're going. Right? And so I'm going to develop the map that way, and then we'll develop the map this way into the city, and then we'll figure out, like I say, garbage collection over here, and then somewhere in the middle here, let's see if we can take a vantage point. Somewhere's in the middle. Let's see. Let's see. Come on. Yeah, it's a better way of taking a look at it. So somewhere in the middle, let's see. This is gonna wind around into here, and then it's gonna split into two. One lane, and then a third lane, and then we're gonna have high rises, and then we're gonna have just buildings, and then they're gonna merge back into a single road here. So it's gonna be a couple of base plates long, and then we're gonna come winding around in here. Like I say, this is probably gonna go that way a little bit more, winding into our garbage collection area. Yeah, that's the one. That one here is gonna go. Probably there. That makes more sense. Yeah. Garbage collection. Whew. And then what we'll do is somewhere in here is going to be our logging area and our mining area. Yeah, our mining area is going to be on the back side here, and our logging area can be right in here. So from here, you're gonna access to here, and from here, you'll access to there. Yeah, and so we'll need a dump truck in this area, a logging truck in this area, and so on and so forth. So that means this is probably gonna have to go that way just a little bit. There we go. So that is kind of gonna be the final layout. Let's see, logging. Mining. Let's see. Garbage. City. Yeah. Ooh, it's gonna take a lot of work. But that's that. So, thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing. Again, you're awesome. I really hope you are enjoying these videos, watching the creation of the map. There is a lot to go. Basically, you know, I mean, I think it's gonna look good. It'll be a similar map size to Blue Trucking City, right? Essentially, it's one region, quote unquote, one region. So, and then what we'll do is we'll integrate the mission system and all that kind of stuff, right? We'll fill up with gas here. We can go to the factories and stuff and deliver gas. That's going to be the missions that the players will do for money. And then in the player housing, whatever that's going to be, again, it might just be an apartment, but they'll be able to use those resources to upgrade the apartments and that kind of stuff. So it'll be cool. Like the city element is going to be different, vibrant. It's going to be different. You'll see. So thank you so much. Anyways, and I hope to see you all in the next video.